Yes, AI has reached its limits too, somewhat. Lately, you would have been seeing a lot of news, publications, podcasts, etc., that the LLMs are failing in terms of the investors divesting from AI companies because it was sort of a bubble. So people had thought that these AI would come and just totally optimize, upgrade their value chains, but it has not been happening. Especially with OpenAI as well. What people do not know that it is not a public listed company; it is a private company, and they do not disclose their profits. So what has been happening is that these AI companies, they are not in that sort of a profit that they, well, we cannot assume that they themselves believed, but they at least convinced the investors to do so. And a lot of marketing and hype has actually caused the stocks to rise to, like, biblical proportions. Having said that, what we believe is that the current lagging in performance of AI is due to the very nature of today's AI. Basically, it is based on machine learning, and some of that has been explained in previous videos. You would have to refer to those in order to actually understand what we are going to talk about today. Having said that, we would jump right into the video where we would like to explain that why the AI is not performing as good as it should have had or could have had. So just buckle in and wait for our direction for that. So if you have watched the video on the details, how the technical aspects of machine learning work in today's AI, we would like to explain very shortly that the issue with today's machine learning based AI is primarily that the developers cannot ask AI how it learns what it learns. And obviously, they do not understand, the developers do not understand how AI is learning what it is learning. So the point over here that what we want to establish is that it is not that if we do not comprehend what is going on at the back end, that would be necessarily resulting into AI being wrong, AI's results being, problematic. Consider it like this. One of the biggest inventions in the history of mankind, penicillin, was discovered by accident. Alexander Fleming did some mistakes in his experiment, and that resulted into a mold actually colonizing a petri dish, and it killed all of the substances over there, the bacteria, etc. So what happened from there onwards was that humanity realized that there is such a huge potential in killing bacteria and developing antibiotics, and you can imagine the rest, how the pharma industry was initiated and today what its size is. Consider for a moment, think about it, comprehend that, can today's AI be right? We would like to hear from you, whether comments on this video or through email or however you prefer. But we would definitely, most definitely would like to have your opinion on it, that what we call AI's wrong results. Is it possible that the AI is right and those wrong results are actually right? So moving onwards.
But it is the responsibility of humans, us, yours, entrepreneurs, the civil society members. Why? Because AI is not sentient. One thing is common, that AI does not have common sense. However, it is a double-edged sword in the sense that ML-based AI, which is most of that these days, is based on data. But you would understand, at least better than us, that there is a big, huge issue of bad data. Have you never heard that someone of black ethnicity has been, or Asian ethnicity has been considered by the AI during hiring to be not a fit for the job role, whereas he or she is the best person for the job? And similarly, people of other ethnicities have been wrongly identified with police to be criminals. So that is the problem, because the data available on the internet is bad. It is skewed towards certain religious minorities or etc. etc. So what to do of that data? Basically, in essence, what we are trying to establish is that humans, us, the people developing and deploying AI, have to actually mitigate all of these risks. AI will make silly mistakes like if a deer jumps in front of a car, it is not trained to respond properly. Why? Because in training data, there is not a particular or proper incidence where AI can be trained on that. Same goes for the facial recognition system deployed in various nations, example China, United States, etc., etc. They can misidentify people on a regular basis. So if we are to apply that in entrepreneurship, people make this mistake that they deploy AI without any research and analysis in how to build a tech stack. They might have artificial intelligence in one aspect of their marketing or business development, similarly sales, branding, advertising, etc. But they cannot link it other variables or requirements for their marketing. So if you would like, once again, to understand how you can customize AI deployment in your value chains, please contact us by whatever means you prefer, and then we can consult you and then provide managed services in order to how to actually mitigate the negative aspects of artificial intelligence. Otherwise, the risks are huge that once your brand has been damaged by deploying AI randomly, sporadically, it cannot be redeemed.